Now, joining us right now, our very first guest, the man who's got a lot of money now, well-deserved. Congratulations. Quinnen Williams joins us.
Quinnen, Joe Benigo, how are you?
Thank you. I'm
Nice
cute,
to see
He's
you.
got the Bama on. Oh, my God. I love it. I love it.
Those are big hands, too.
Man.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, bro. Well-deserved, man. Well-deserved.
I think of you, because I was saying this to Joe earlier, we're both diehard Jet fans, how the roster 2 years ago, it's like you can't even recognize it compared to now, and you're one of the guys that's seen it. You've been here through Adam Gase, not that I want to say his name, through a roster that, other than you really, didn't feel like an NFL roster. How does it feel for you to now be surrounded by a Super Bowl caliber team?
Oh, it's phenomenal, man. I know I talked about joking around and stuff like that with Thomas Hennessy, and I think we're the only two guys from that era that we call it.
That's
so,
right. Thomas had the long snapper.
Yeah. So me and him were the only two guys from that era, and just to see the organization going in the right direction, and every single player on the team going in the right direction, me, myself, going in the right direction from those years and stuff like that, man, is a phenomenal thing to see. And super proud to come to work, super happy to just be a part of this amazing organization. It just goes to show you, like, the upstairs is, like, killing it when it comes down to bringing guys in. The rookies that they brought in, offensive player, defensive player of the year last year, rookie of the years last year, and guys that's coming in ready to work, ready to get better, and ready to push this organization to the next level. So,
yeah. Was there ever a moment before the negotiations or maybe during negotiations that you thought, maybe I'm not coming back here? Was that ever a thought at all?
Oh, not at all, man. We was all on the same page. It's just a few little nooks and crannies we had to get through, but we was all in the same room, on the same page. When it come down to me being a part of this team and helping this team go to the direction and helping the defense go to the direction that we wanted to go, man, it was just a few little wrinkles that needed to iron out. That's about it. So,
but there is something you did that I'm fascinated by, because this happens a lot. Joel Embiid just did it right now. They took the team that there was on names out of their social media accounts.
Right.
So when you did that,
it was Alabama, right?
Yeah. Nah. How long? What?
No, you took not Alabama. You took the Jets out of it.
But like I said, you had like your Alabama stuff.
I added my Alabama stuff.
Right.
I got
That's what we're talking about.
I took that as a sign of, this guy's gone. So what did it mean? Because a lot of guys have done it, and I think as fans we always jump to these conclusions of, oh, my God, negotiations are going bad, this is happening. What made you do that, and what did it mean when you did it?
I think it was like one of those moments of just not understanding what was really going on. One of those moments that still growing, still trying to learn the business side of football, still growing as a young man and as a adult. Like, it gets frustrating. Negotiations get frustrating, but I got an amazing agent, man, who sit down and talk to me about different things like that. And this little thing she told me going through the whole negotiation part, she was like, Q, you bought a few cars in NFL and stuff like that, and everybody in this world bought a few cars. And she was like, the negotiations in NFL and in professional sports is like buying a car. Like, no matter how precious you know that car precious and you know that car this and that, you still going to want a deal.
Right.
No matter what.
Sure.
And you're going to fight for a deal.
Yeah,
and if you can't get a deal, you're just going to buy what the car's worth.
Right.
And she was like, you're the car. So,
right.
So it was like, when she explained that, it was like, okay, bet. Like, I understand what's going on. So,
yeah. Q, there were a lot of defensive linemen that were cars this offseason that were looking for contract extensions. Was there any sort of strategy towards waiting on maybe a couple of those guys to get paid and to try to be the next one to top the list?
Oh, no, not at all, man. It was just me and my agent and the team, we all knew that what I was worth when it come down to the stats and the production and the different things I do off the field and on the field in the organization. So as a team, as a Jets and as Quinnen Williams' team, we all just worked with each other. We wasn't really worrying about outside people and outside sources and stuff like that. So,
Well,
go ahead, bro.
I was just going to say, what's been fascinating about watching you over the years is, as fans, watching every game, seeing you get better from year 1 to year 2 to year 3. Because in year 1, we're watching and thinking, is this guy any good? How good do you think Quinnen's going to be? And now, I mean, there's no question, you're a star. What has been the key over the last 4 years in improving the way you have?
Just the biggest thing, like not making the same mistake I made yesterday. That's just the biggest thing I take now. Like, I made a lot of mistakes last year. I had a good season last year. I made a lot of mistakes last year. I could have finished a lot of games last year. Like, prime example, last play of the game versus Buffalo, we won last year. Like, I feel like that rush was horrible I did. And I want to be that dominant D tackle like Aaron Donald and Chris Jones and these guys like that to finish games dominant wise and different things like that, and I feel like I got to work to get to that level, and I got a lot of more growing to do like that. So every single year, man, every single day, I just try to get better every day, try to learn from my mistakes every day, because we all human, man. I'm not going out there being perfect every single play and perfect every single day. So, but I want to chase perfection. I want to be perfect. So if I can get close to it, I'll be good. So.
You know, I two things here. First of all, kind of a two-pronged question. How cool is it playing with your brother? And I got to tell you, your brother, I guess, where do you go to Memphis, right?
He went to Murray State.
Murray State, that's right. I'm sorry, yeah. Murray State. I didn't know he was. He's all over the field. I mean, your brother, there was games last year where he was the best player on the field. How cool is it, you and Quincy playing on the same team?
Oh, it's super cool, man. It's one of those things like you get lost inside of how amazing it is, how rare it is, and how good that both of us playing on a high level.
Right.
Both of us playing, you know what I'm saying, for more years on a different contract and stuff like that. So, because like we got a lot of great football players on our team, and all of us as a defense, we all been with each other. I've been with John Franklin Myers for 5 years now, and that's like my brother, because I know his kids. He know my wife, I know my kids and stuff like that. So, we all brothers when it come down to a thought process of the chemistry level that we want to be off the field and stuff like that and on the field. So having my real brother is pretty cool for the family, though. So
and he's a hell of a player.
He's amazing. So
do you feel any less pressure being a leader on the defense, looking and seeing Aaron Rodgers and all the talent you've added on offense, knowing that this year, you know what, you might have a couple more points to lean on as opposed to what happened last year?
Oh, no, man. I don't feel no pressure at all. Like, when it comes down to having Aaron Rodgers on our team, it's phenomenal work when it comes down to going against a Hall of Famer for not just our team and this year, but a lot of guys' careers. Like, this probably be the only time in the next however long Aaron Rodgers here that we get a chance to really grow as a football player, as a person, as a leader, and we get a chance to be around a Hall of Famer. So we get a chance to adapt to how we want to become a Hall of Famer, how you work, how you come in every day, how his mannerism is, not just for the quarterbacks, but for the whole team. It's phenomenal. And just having guys like C.J. Mosley, guys like Sauce Gardner and stuff like that give you confidence to do your job, because you know your brother going to do their job on the defensive side, because we got a lot of ballers on that side. So
during the offseason, we saw Garrett Wilson and Sauce Gardner. They were really into recruiting Aaron Rodgers. Mm-hmm. Were you kind of glued to it the way we all were about, is Aaron coming? Is Aaron here? Or did you try to put it out of your mind?
I was kind of focused on contract negotiations, but I was super excited when it come down to him coming, because he's Hall of Famer. Like, I know he's going to be able to help not just this team, but the whole entire organization go to that next level with the different experience levels and the different Super Bowl caliber mindset that he's have that everybody want to get to. So,
how's compared to me? Because I look at the two coaches you played, Nick Saban, okay, and now Salah. You know, I mean, give me a completely different kind of guys. Yeah. How about that? Give me a little feel.
They definitely different in certain ways, but they're definitely the same in a lot of ways. Like when it comes down to both guys are defensive-minded coaches.
Right.
Coach Salah is more of a defensive line front, go get them, sack type of guy. Coach Saban is more of a defensive back coach. He's more interception and coverage and stuff like that. So, but when it comes down to the mindset of defense, man, the mindset of dominating, mindset of iron sharpens iron, getting each other better every single day, pushing each other that 1% better every single day is super similar when it comes down to both coaches. So,
did you get inspired by that TikTok speech he had? You know, talking about the crow and the eagle that fire you guys up.
It didn't really fire me up, but it really, like, I'm not really a big rah fire up guy. Like, I'm a big guy, like, come in. I'm like my grandfather was in the military, so I love the military, so I studied the military a lot. Right. And, like, I have that type of mindset. Like, your training is what you're going to do on the field. So if I train my butt off, in the field is going to be good. So I'm one of those guys. Like, if I train hard, I know, okay, the field going to be good. So, but it was super cool to hear a story like, okay, like, a crow land on the eagle's back, and then the eagle take him up in the sky and die. So,
by the way, the whole story is not true, so I don't know if it matters.
It's not true.
Sounds good, though.
Well, it can. There's a couple other birds that could do that, not just coaches.
Next time he makes that speech, call him out and say, Coach, I think you're full of crap, all right?
Nah, Coach got some amazing speeches, some amazing analogies, so.
Yeah, as a guy who is a long time, I mean, you know, I go 63 years rooting for this franchise, okay? I got scars on my body.
I know he doesn't look that old.
I'm that old. The one thing, I have one criticism of the defense. The turnovers. You guys did not take the ball away enough last year. I mean, is that something that you guys are really, concentrating on going into this year?
Oh, for sure. Last year we ended top 5, 4 defense, stuff like that, and we want to be the number one. That's our goal, to be the number one.
Right,
and
right.
We all took constructive criticism on each other, like what can Q do, what can CJ do, what can this person do to make our defense the number one. And I think that was the biggest thing that this offseason that I focus on, that we focus on as a defense, like what can we get to number one. The main thing was turnovers. Like, we had a decent sack rate. We had a decent run stop rate.
Yep.
Everything was decent. Everything was
even
good.
The points, you didn't give up a ton.
Yeah, even the points. Like, everything was decent. But what separated us from the number one defense? And it was turnovers. And that's the biggest thing. Like, this year, I focus on not just getting sacks, but getting the ball off the quarterback, getting sack fumbles, picking up the ball when the ball on the ground. Because a lot of times, if you guys are watching, seeing the ball was on the ground a lot.
Yeah.
We just didn't recover it. So picking the ball up, getting the ball, like getting interceptions. Like, I know I joke around with Sauce and talk to Sauce. Like, he had a lot of PBUs last year. Like, take some of those down. Like, there was the difference between Richard Sherman and one year to another year. Like, he had a lot of PBUs, but he started taking them away the next year. So just different stuff like that. We all looked at each other and said, what can I do to help this team become the number one defense? And that's all we focus on right now.
Yeah, and I don't want to step on you, but the play that last year that sticks out to me more than any play, the Miami game, first game you guys beat him, you killed him in the end. And you recovered his fumble, and you just wipe out Tyreek Hill. I mean, I was doing a triple spin when you just, oh, my God, how good was that? You loved every minute of that, right?
I really wanted to score.
Of course, but you did take Tyreek out pretty good.
And it's funny because I didn't know that until after the game that I did that.
Oh, really? Is that true?
Yeah, but I was literally like, yo, score Q. Like, you got to score.
Right.
And that goes back to what I was saying about the turnover thing.
Right.
Like, not just that's how we can get to that number one defense, by taking the ball away, putting points on the board, scoring the ball, like not just doing the small things, but just changing the whole game. And that's what the player that I want to become. I want to become a game changer. So like taking that next level, like, okay, Q, how can I stiff arm him but get to the end zone?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So there's a big now what mentality. So
good.
Well, now what? Take the ball away from Josh Allen week 1, and this time, Q, you score. And boom. I think good things will happen.
And by the way, Q, Patriots this year twice. I mean, come on. Like, there isn't enough points that you could put on the board against that freaking team. I just want to tell you that.
Do you guys hate the Patriots?
You got to hate them, right?
I went to Bama, so I kind of got a mindset. I really hate everybody on the schedule.
Oh, good. I'm glad
that's
you did.
a fun.
So do I.
Yeah, that's like at Bama. That's how we thought. Like everybody thought, like, oh, you guys got to hate Auburn, but it's like, nah. Like at Bama, we hate everybody.
I like that. You even hated Vanderbilt, even though they were like
everybody like on the schedule, like we hate it. So
good. That's what we want to hear. Hate Buffalo.
Right, everybody.
Kansas City, hate the Giants.
Right, oh, my God. We hate them all. Let me tell you. All right.
Even in preseason.
Yeah. This might be the next jersey. You know, I may have to.
Quinnen's earned
Quinnen, I know, is going to be here for a while. 95 might be the next one.
And if we're being honest, Quinnen, we had our doubts that rookie season, Joe. We weren't sure.
A little bit. But here's the problem. I mean, we got to look who the coaches were.
No, absolutely.
I mean, come on.
You're right.
What chance did you have? Are you the only guy left from Mike McCagnon that drafted?
Yeah.
Right?
No, let me see. Yeah, I think
you're the only one, right? You're the only good one he drafted.
That's true.
It's only him.
Yeah, I think I'm the only one. Yeah.
Quinnen, we appreciate it. Stay healthy. Have a monster year.
Really,
Congrats on the
Quinnen.
contract, man.
Pleasure, man. Congratulations.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Quinnen Williams of the New York Jets. We are live from Jet training camp. The head coach will join us in a little bit. We'll get to your calls on the Jets and everything else, including a pathetic Yankee loss. 877-337-6666. We are live.